Welcome, I'm Corey from Aquarium Co-op. I own a fish store, and today we're talking about pencilfish. What have I learned over the past 10 plus years of selling pencilfish? So first, they're awesome. That's the first thing. You're already looking into them going, ooh, I really like coral reds. I like that purple version. I like the Equos that are at a diagonal. I like these cheap ones, the Beckford's pencilfish. They're just cheap in a schooler. I've read they'd be good for a nano tank, all those things, right? So for the most part, they are easy to keep, which is nice. A lot of them are pretty cheap, you know. Some can be as cheap as $2. Some are as expensive as $25. Like those purple coral reds or purple coral pencils can be very expensive. A lot of them are wild caught. Most are, in fact. Not all, but most. The key to a good pencilfish aquarium is food. Live baby brine, frozen brine shrimp, cyclops, Daphnia from outside, any of these other micro foods, high quality flake, high quality pellets, really getting to feed them well because they don't always like to eat off the bottom of the tank, which means they got to catch it midwater or at the top. So stuff with a long hang time does really well. And typically that's just live foods. Live foods or frozen foods get whipped up and stay in there for a long time and allow them to gorge, right? Make sure you get groups of at least 6. Now, some of them are a little more aggressive, like the coral reds and the purples. You might want like 8, 9, 10 of them. And you're going, yeah, but some of those are 25. Some of them are 12 or 13 or $15 each. Yes, not every fish is meant for us to keep. If sometimes we're limited by money. But you could get something like the Equos, which is honestly my favorite because they're at a diagonal. They look like a little stick at the top of the water. You can get them fairly cheap. They're in big groups, and they just have these tiny little mouths upturned and just eat off the top of the water. I really do love that fish, and if you've never experienced pencilfish, get some of those first because you probably won't need to get more because they're just awesome. You won't have to chase down the other ones, right? But if you do and you want some Beckford's pencilfish to swim midwater, have a little bit of color and a different shape to them, by all means do. They're fun. pH-wise, because they're wild caught, they can go down, that 6.5. I like to see them more at 7. I don't go too much higher than like 7.5 if I can help it. Moderate water hardness, normal water change schedule. I do like a tight fitting top. They can be known to sail out sometimes if they get startled. Yeah, they're not known to be like jumpers like killifish and hatchetfish where they like look for the hole, but every once in a while I'd be like, dang it, one is on the floor because I'm running a rimless tank. So a lid goes a long way to make sure you don't have that disaster happen. Large groups, I really like them in bigger groups. They're great dither fish, which just means they bring out other fish that are more reclusive. Not all of them are super colorful, but they're part of the tetra group and they're different. And that's what makes them unique. And if you're running an all tetra aquarium, you've got cardinal tetras, you've got ember tetras, you've got, a few rasboras and danios in there. You add these pencilfish and people go, wow, what's that fish? It's doing a weird thing. And you're like, yes, it is. And it's cool and it's fun. Before we go any further, we put out educational content every single week. We do a video and a live stream Q&A. So hit that subscribe button and we'll see you in the next one. As far as tanks go, I personally recommend at least 10 gallons, but more of a 20 or a 29 gallon tank. I like 29s a lot because you get the separation, a nice tall tank. You get those Equos at the top. They really do well. And then you can get midwater fish and bottom dwelling fish and they separate out well. And a 20 gallon, maybe you pick those top dwelling fish and some bottom or top and mid. If you're going with some of the corals or the Beckfords or any of the other pencils that swim midwater, treat them as the midwater fish and they kind of fit more in that 20. You can obviously go larger, go a 55 gallon, anything you want. You can always go larger. Larger is always beneficial. But these guys are just fun and, go look for some in your local pet stores. Look at them online and go, have I kept that? Why do they exist? Why is Corey passionate about it? And I think it's because the people that do take them home, they go, wow, these are nice. Why didn't I keep these sooner? And mostly, with the Equos, they're like, well, because they're kind of brown colored. They're not flashy, but what they lack in color, they make up in behavior and just kind of oddness. And people that see your aquarium are like, what are those? Those are neat. What are they doing? And so I like pencilfish. Know that they're easy to keep. The corals are a little bit ornery, bigger groups, a lot of live plants help here, or decorations, line of sight blocks. But yeah, great community fish, and I hope you enjoy them. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.